Hi, my name is Xavier Stewart. I'm 21 years old from Baltimore, Maryland, and I identify as a non-denominational Christian. So basically what that means is that there isn't any special stuff that goes along with it. I know there's like Catholicism or Methodism, but no, just straight-laced Christianity at its very most minimal. For me personally, I think that it has been helpful just to have God in the framework of Christianity as a sort of comfort. A lot of the like baggage that comes with Christianity, like you see like the television preachers that say like, oh, if you pray like 5 times a day, then God will give you a mansion. Like all of that stuff's kind of ripped away, and what you get is this image of God and of Jesus specifically, where he's just like a really like smelly dude who is like going out, feeding people, kind of meeting people's bare necessities. The sort of supernatural stuff about it is stuff that's going to happen after everyone's dead. And I think that is what attracts me the most, that it's almost like not supernatural in that sense. It is more relationally focused, and it doesn't ask of anyone to do anything more than to simply be their best self. People, what they'll see is they take the aspects of their Christian community and apply those aspects to God. So for me, one thing that I often had was just the feeling that my community only cared about me for the things that I was doing for the community, and I felt very isolated in the sense that if I wasn't conforming, if I wasn't doing what everyone else was doing, that I would be shunned. And I mean, shunned is a really strong word, but I think there is something different that happens when you're not sort of on the same page as everyone else. And so that, coupled with, I guess, a chemical imbalance or whatever you want to call it, really drugged me down into a very depressed state. Really affected my conception of God, that I, was starting to think like, oh, not only if I don't conform, not only am I not loved by these people, or I'm not like appreciated by these people, but I'm not appreciated or cared about by God. Coming back from a suicide attempt, I don't think anyone will tell you that it's pleasant or simple. For me personally, it really destroyed my very sense of self. A lot of times I'd spend days just kind of wandering through life without a direction or without any sense of where I was going or what I was doing next. And religion, it kind of took a backseat in my life during that period. I don't know if there's a moment where I said, oh, this is God. But I guess just like in my reading and in my sort of those quiet moments that every single person kind of gets, you get the sense that you aren't alone, but it's not like a person that's there with you, if that makes sense. So like I got the sense that I wasn't by myself in this, but I guess it took a lot of all the noise to fade away for me to realize like, hey, there's not a person in the room, but yet I don't feel alone. If you're gonna go with any religion, I think you have to be a little bit bold, quite honestly, especially as you spend more time in an environment where there are less people that are religious. I think being the minority of anything takes some guts. With a population that's starting to dwindle down in people who identify as religious, I think it gives those who are religious a really unique opportunity, give an unspoiled idea of what God is supposed to look like. Overall, kind of the framework that Christianity sets up pushes me personally to be my best self, and do it in a way that makes me feel cared about and like I have a purpose in the universe.